There's one more thing you need to know before you start writing your resume. You need to know what makes you great. What is unique about you? Breathe life into what you've done in the past and don't limit it to job titles and job descriptions. What you want on your resume is you want to really grab their attention. You want to say, hey, I'm somebody you should talk to. And the best way to do that is to tell stories. So what I'd like you to do is take that sheet you just created with the top 10 required skills, take the top 3. And for the number 1 most required skill, I want you to write that down, and then I want you to tell me 2 or 3 times when you've demonstrated that skill or expertise. So if it's customer service, give 2 or 3 examples, specific examples of times when you have demonstrated excellent customer service. You want to think about times when you went above and beyond, when you increased productivity, when you got an award, when you got rave reviews from a customer. Indications through recognition or metrics, if you've got them. This is where you want to pull out your data and your metrics. I increased sales by 23%. I was the number 1 waiter for 9 months running. I had more personal requests from lunch customers than any other staff. This is the stuff that you want to capture here as it pertains to the job that you want and those skills that people are asking for. So take some time to go and do that and give 2 or 3 specific examples for each of those 3 top required skills. I know it's easy for me to sit here and say, oh, tell your story clearly and concisely and then stuff it into a bullet point and put it on your resume. I know that's no easy task. It's hard for us to brag about ourselves, let alone do it in a way that can fit onto a resume as just a snapshot. So let me give you a trick to help you tell your story. Let's talk about Joe the waiter again. Let's assume that a required skill that he discovered in every job posting is sales. He needs to demonstrate his ability to increase sales. All right, how can he do that? Well, as it turns out, Joe developed a marketing campaign at his former employer that drove lunch business and increased lunch business by 23%. Probably something he should talk about. Here's a method that you can use to tell your story clearly and concisely. Write down STAR. S stands for situation, T for task, A for action, and R for result. By the way, this is a great way to prepare for interviews so that you can put your best foot forward and tell a story when somebody says, tell me about a time when you increased sales. Guess what? Joe's story is the situation, low lunch business. The task, we need to increase lunch business. And the owner of the restaurant came to the entire team and said, we need to increase our lunch business. What action did Joe take? He could have stood out on the street corner and said, come eat here for free. But what he did is he developed a marketing campaign to increase lunch business. He designed it, he developed it, he launched it. That's the action that he took. The campaign was the power lunch that pays you back. Got permission from the restaurant owner, of course, but get 9 lunches, get your 10th one for free. And the second point was bring a friend, get a free dessert. So he developed a marketing campaign and worked with the restaurant owner to launch this thing. And the result, as a direct result of the work that Joe did, he helped increase lunch business for the restaurant by 23%. He can take credit for that because the marketing campaign was his own idea. Did he do the whole thing on his own? Absolutely not. Did he pay the money for the advertising? No. But was it his idea? And is it the action that he took? Yes. That's the kind of story that you want to tell. And if you don't have one like that, and if you can't point to 23% sales increase, what can you point to? Another thing to ask yourself when you're trying to come up with these stories is, what is a time in my career when I was really proud of myself? What's that one thing that I did that I'm really happy about? And if I could do over again, I would. Again, this is not an easy exercise, but it's one that's going to really help you write a fantastic resume that's going to grab somebody's attention and get you those interviews that you're trying to get.